just inform us, they transform us. Tonight is one of those because leadership isn't about becoming louder, it's about becoming more consistent, more intentional, more aware. Welcome to Talks That Teach, where conversation turns into clarity. Our theme tonight is simple yet powerful: show up, lead. Show up, pause, lead. We are honored to welcome a passionate leadership coach, a trusted franchise business consultant, a thoughtful author, and a lifelong learner, Upasana Kaushik. Upasana is not just a leadership coach, she is a catalyst for transformation, a champion of clarity, a voice of courage. Upasana, welcome to Talks That Teach.
Thank you, Naseem. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Okay, how is it going today?
It's going great. I'm really glad to be here, really excited to be on this podcast with you and talk about leadership and how pause and being present can be two key areas of life for a leader. So, really excited.
Yes. Upasana, let me begin with you can say very personal question.
Mhm.
Does your name have a special meaning? Any story behind that name?
There is, I don't know whether there's any story behind it or not, but yes, my parents always wanted a unique name. So they have given unique names to all three of their daughters. I am their second one. And my name is derived from Sanskrit language. There are two meanings to it. One is close to God,
Mhm.
and second is prayer.
Right, wonderful. That's a wonderful connection with the life and nature.
Yes, yes.
You often quote and sometimes say, wings aren't given, they are earned through bravery and self belief. What does that truly means to you?
I guess, and that's a wonderful question, Naseem. There, wings. I think we all have them. It's about finding them and using them to fly.
Mhm.
Sometimes we are able to, out of struggles, like a butterfly that is in the chrysalis, and then it struggles, it comes out, it flies. Sometimes we're able to do that. Sometimes there are people around us, catalysts around us who help us do that. So I guess we all have wings. We just need to realize that we have them and use them.
Right, wonderful. Sometimes you are doing everything that is possible, but no one notices it. There's no applause, no recognition, just silence.
I know.
When someone feels unseen, unrecognized, maybe even unnoticed, how do they keep showing up without external validation? How is it possible?
Honestly, being a human, it can be very, very difficult. But also, being human, we need to grow. We need to understand that life is not always easy. Life is not always a cakewalk. So, again, depends like what do you want to do with your life? What kind of identity you want to create for yourself? Do you want your identity to be performance based, wherein you perform, people applaud for you, and that's where you get your motivation from? Or else it is value based identity, which is where applause is irrelevant. Yeah. So instead of asking, am I being appreciated there? The question we need to ask is, am I aligned? Am I aligned with my values? Am I aligned with my purpose? Am I aligned with the people I'm working with or people who I'm working with? And am I aligned with the standards? So you then build internal validation. When you do that, you really don't need the external validation as much. So being a leader, and the best example for this is a mom, a mother. A mother will do anything and everything, even when her kids are appreciating or not. even if the family is appreciating her or not. She will just go on and do her things that she's supposed to do, take care of all her responsibilities. So that's where she brings in consistency. That's where people are able to rely on her. Her kids are able to rely on her. Her family is able to trust her for who she is. And she does not need external validation. She is happy with what she is doing because she knows that she's making a difference and she's serving the people who she loves the most. So I think mother is a wonderful example. Uh, the key is consistency. It's pivotal, and at this stage, your self-respect is unshakable when you start validating yourself rather than looking for that external validation.
Right. You have connected well with the real life example, and that is everyone can foresee and experience in his or her life. Wonderful. Leadership doesn't only happens at big stages. It happens in meetings, at dinner tables, and even in classrooms. What does real presence look like in those ordinary spaces?
Presence is everything for me, and it's a subject that is like really close to my heart. And presence, it's not just physical. You know, you just being there is not enough. I hope we all know that you got to be there emotionally, intellectually, and present in that moment wherein you know you are living every bit of it. Uh, Paying attention to people, paying attention to your surroundings, discussions that are going on, problems that are on the table, solutions that we are talking about, attention to details. So, presence is very important. And again, you know, like you said, you know, in the normal settings of life as well, again, depends what objective do you have where you are, what context are we there for, what role are you playing, what is your role in that whole presence that you are in or discussion you are in, and that changes you know, as per, like you said, being in a classroom or being in a family function or at home or in a boardroom. So our role changes with our roles, our the way we want to present ourselves changes.
Right. That's great. It means the role is pivotal. It plays a vital role in every situation. Not every day feels powerful. Some days feel heavy, routine is draining. How do leaders show up when they do not feel inspired even? It's quite, you can say, that drastic and very heavy for the people.
Mhm, mhm. I think the one quality that people think is a weakness, that is being vulnerable, is not a weakness. It's a strength. That's what I feel. And there's a strength in sharing that vulnerability with your people, being a leader as well. You know, even if you feel being a leader that I am not motivated enough, I am not inspired enough, do you have the power to share it with your people? Yes, you can do that, and that makes you even more you know, that's where you gain their trust, that's where you open a door for them to be vulnerable with you as well, and that's where the real transformation happens. And other than that, you know, what reminds me is I was reading an article about Elon Musk, and somebody asked him that, oh, what keeps you motivated, what keeps you inspired? And his answer was, oh, forget about motivation. Who has time for that? Who has time for being inspired? I know what I have to do and I do that.
Right.
Yeah. So being a leader, all you need is discipline, and leader cannot run on a mood. Yeah. Responsibility is a big, big thing that is on the uh, uh, side. So they don't have to focus much on self, but people they are serving, and the purpose they are working on. And again, knowing what the purpose is also very important. So their actions and results are their true inspirations. And I think their actions drive inspiration for them. The more they work into towards their goals, the more inspired they feel, because they are looking at the results of their actions. So it is very important for a leader to know that how they can manage their emotions as well. The world is watching, everybody is watching being a leader. And again, I say mom is the best example for, in this case also, mom is the best leader, best example of leadership in any family. She will do things anyways. Their consistency builds credibility, influence, impact, trust, so many things.
Yes, mom's role is a wonderful role. She is playing a role in, you can say, the different kids, different mentalities, even the
Mm,
one stage, she is playing different roles. And
yeah,
even she is under stress, even under weather, but she is a motivation for others.
yeah.
And every human being knows it well. That's right.
Absolutely. And not just mom, being a parent, you can also realize, understand that however it is, however things are, you got to keep that happy face in front of your kids.
It means it's your responsibility that
It is
you
your
do it.
responsibility. Yes. Yes.
Okay, trust isn't built in, you can say, dramatic moments. It is built
Mhm.
quietly. Can
Yes.
you share any example where consistency strengthens trust?
Hmm. The best thing that comes to my mind when I think about it is of a teacher. Their motive is to educate, their motive is to see their students grow. They show up consistently, they are prepared for their lessons that they're going to cover. No intention to impress, because their intention is to educate, their intention is not to impress. uh, and they manage their timeline to finish the syllabus, they do whatever they have to do. Students may not even know, but over a period of time they begin to feel safe around them. They start trusting their teachers for their knowledge. Problem. Believe them. Why? Because their behavior is more predictable. So students know that, oh, my teacher is there for me. Also, that's where the role of a father also comes in a family. They provide, they protect, they listen consistently without any fail. They do that. You are a father. I mean, you know better. You follow through your promises that you make with your kids in a way. It silently says that, hey, you can trust me, you can rely on me, I'm there for you always, even when you know that I'm not, I am there for you.
Yes, it's a wonderful example that resonates with me as well. Then
Mhm.
even I am in different position, but my kids have a great trust because I am inconsistent with respect to their different fulfilling their responsibilities as well. They know it well. They blindly trust me.
Yeah.
That's the reason consistency makes them trust me. Otherwise, they will not. Right.
Yeah, that's the foundation of the whole relationship between a leader and and a team. And your family is your team, and you're the leader of your family.
Yes.
Being a
Right.
parent, you're the leader. So, yeah, you're building that foundation which they can trust on.
Right. And why does declaring something publicly make easier to stay consistent? Is there some magic if we do not declare it publicly, we are not so much consistent with? If we declare something publicly, it makes us more consistent.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I cannot talk about this enough, because accountability is something that is the key to accomplishments. We cannot keep ourselves motivated. We just talked about it. How can we keep ourselves inspired? How can we keep ourselves motivated? And there are times when we are not able to push ourselves enough. We are not able to nudge ourselves enough. And when you commit something in public, when you hold people accountable for your own actions, you know, that's when you know that people are watching. They're counting on you and your actions. So once you commit and follow through, it helps you in establishing that reliability. Your actions can be more focused because you know that, hey, I promised this, I have to fulfill. Yeah. Also, you are socially responsible. because you know that people are watching, people are evaluating each and every step that you're taking in that moment. And you know that your image depends upon it, because if you will not follow through, if you will not fulfill the promises, there are chances that people will judge you on that.
Right.
And yeah, and that's why leaders are asked to find accountability partner, and that aids their action. Accountability is very, very important, I guess.
Okay, Upasana, people set goals. They
Mm-hmm.
make to-do lists. They talk about ideas. They imagine success. What shifts internally when someone moves from planning to action?
Hmm. Hmm. That's a great question. You know what I feel planning is, we all like, come to think of it, when the year starts, we start planning. We start making a New Year resolution. So I plan to do this year. This is what I want to achieve. This is my to do list, and blah blah. We talk about it, and we only work on the 20% of it that we decide for ourselves, right? Because planning is just imagination. Yeah, it's an intention, it's a vision. What need to transform for it to turn into an action is what transform is action. Action makes a huge difference. Execution is more about being courageous. It's about taking those risks and exploring the options that you have. And that is what defines the actual growth. So the whole momentum shifts if you focus more on execution than planning. And it's the actualization of your vision, your thoughts, your dreams. It's more real, it's more tangible. So execution is true test of planning that you do. Actually, it opens up door for improvisation. So it goes like this: you plan, you execute, you review, and then improvise, and then move ahead. So
Right. We live in a very speedy world where faster decisions are praised. Busy people look important and glorious. Hustle culture is glorified. Slowing down feels something like unproductive. Why is pause not weakness but wisdom?
interesting question, and a wonderful, wonderful question there, Naseem. Have you ever taken a pause, a thoughtful pause?
Sometimes I have to.
You have to, right? You
Yeah.
have to, because you know that it's been enough. I cannot move ahead at all. If I move this way, I will not be productive.
Yes.
Yeah. So I call them productive pause. And they are very, very important. There are many leaders who actually plan these pauses in their lives. They actually put it on their calendar, these pauses. Thought break, they can call it. They can call it productive pause, thought breaks, thought vacation. There are many fancy words to it, but it is very important, I guess, because pause, I believe, is an opportunity to stop, to reflect, to evaluate where I am and where do I want to go. Also, maybe, to just look back and see, okay, how far I have come. Sometimes we don't even realize that how far we have come. We just keep on looking at the goal, and that's what sometimes tire us as well. We feel burnt out, but what can motivate you is when you take a pause and when you look back, you see, oh my God, how far I have come. I didn't even realize that my eyes were always on the goal, but I have taken, the journey I have taken so far. So it gives you an opportunity to look back, appreciate yourself, and also, in that moment, you also know that, hey, do I need to improvise? Do I need to do anything differently? Or it helps you in clear action, it helps you in more refined goals. So I think pause helps in regulating your emotions as well, and not just long pauses. Come to think about small pauses. Think about it: you got a bad nasty email from someone, you got really angry looking at it. What will you do? What do you do actually? Let me just ask you this question.
I think regular pauses are integral part of life.
Yes.
We have to plan to take some pauses. It makes us more productive in our lives.
Yes.
Otherwise, unconsciously, unintentionally, we become less productive and more
Yeah.
suppressed in our lives.
Hmm. So yes, as you rightly said, it's a very small example. I got an email. It was not very nice. The language was not good. I got really frustrated, really angry looking at it. I have two options. I can reply it right now and react on it, or else I can pause and reflect and then reply. Or maybe type a reply and then take a pause and maybe come back to it after 5 minutes and see that does it even make sense or not.
Right.
And you will realize that, oh, there are many things that I need to change. This does not reflect who I am. That was my anger talking. Yeah. So neurologically also, pause helps you in restoring focus. It reduces cognitive fatigue, that we all get into. It brings more clarity. It improves your output. So pauses are the key towards success. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. So might as well maybe, like I said, there are people who actually put it in their calendar. Maybe, on a Friday evening, just keep 1 hour for yourself to just sit in your own company and reflect and see, okay, where do I have to be now in the next week, in the next month, in the next year? And that helps.
And just you are saying right. Sometimes we are put in a situation that is not comfortable for us. It's better
Mhm.
to delay. It's better to take a pause over there. Maybe
Mhm.
if we react or respond, not to react. If we respond at that moment, it may be unwise at that moment. Sometimes we delay is better than you can respond. It's very important to take, you can say, the pauses. Thank you very much for this moment. And next one, just you were talking about emotional intelligence and emotions. Next
Yeah.
question, in our high pressure situations, emotions rise quickly. You can say that. How important is emotional regulation in leadership?
Oh, it's so important. And last 5 years of my life, I have primarily worked into emotional intelligence, and I have coached leaders into understanding their own emotions and understanding the value of emotional regulation as such. So I would say that emotional regulation is the foundation uh, in high pressure situations, because distressed leaders cannot be trusted. Distressed leaders cannot make good decisions. Uh, if not emotionally regulated, we usually react. We do not respond. Yeah. So the need of the hour is to respond. And again, we talked about pause. That's where our pauses are needed. Small things that can help us, and it comes through conscious, consistent practice also. It cannot be like, oh, I am going to be emotionally intelligent and that's where I am. No, you got to practice it every day. Every day you got to practice emotional regulation. uh, you got to pause, you got to breathe. Small things that we can do. Like I gave you an example of that email. You're sitting in a meeting and somebody said something to you, you did not like it. What will you do? Will you just say what you really want to say, or you will
Yeah.
just take a deep breath, take a deep breath, and maybe say, hey, let's just take a break of 5 minutes and come back to this again. Or maybe go out, take a walk. Or if you cannot go out, maybe just take a sip of water. That
Yeah.
helps you. Small things that we do unconsciously can really be helpful in regulating ourselves emotionally. So small regulation techniques can have huge impact. And if you do them on daily basis, if you practice them on daily basis, you can actually, it can become your second nature to just, be in your Zen mode whenever things are going berserk around you. and you're better able to manage life, you're better able to manage situations, you're better able to manage yourself as well.
Thank you, Upasana. You have told me another thing, a very, we can say, good thing, that small regulation techniques, taking a sip of tea, or you can say the draught of water, is a small pause. It's
Hmm.
a new thing for me. That's great. I will
Yeah.
take it regularly. It may,
You might be doing them unconsciously, Naseem. I'm pretty sure we all do that. Whenever we are angry, we just take a sip of water.
yes,
Or whenever we are angry, we just walk out of the door. But we don't realize that we are consciously putting an effort to at least, going away from people, because sometimes in anger we say things we don't like, and
yes,
then it's only regret that we'll live with. So rather than doing all that, maybe do all these things consciously rather than doing unconsciously.
right. In the same line, there is another question. What did that experience teach you about balance and self awareness?
Uh, I believe balance is more about managing our energy. We all are energy beings. Yeah. Uh, as small as it is, when you enter in a room, you do read the energy of that room. When you meet somebody for the very first time, you do know that, I really didn't like the energy, or, oh, I really love meeting this person. Yeah, this happens with all of us. So one is managing your energy, and also being self-aware, as you said, is the key to attain balance. When you are self-aware, when you're better aware of who you are, when you're better aware of, if we talk about an emotional intelligence language, if you're better aware of your triggers, if you're better aware of your patterns, if you're better aware of your abilities, also what works, what does not work, the better hold you will have over your life, over your relationship, over yourself in difficult situations. And you lead better, you grow better with that balance, with that self-awareness. And you're more aware of your strength, you're more aware of your weaknesses as well. And I think more than strength, we should be aware of our weaknesses as well, because when we know that this is our weakness and this is one area wherein I cannot work well, then being smart is to hire people who can do those things for you.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the time when you can lean on to others. It stabilizes the growth and make it more sustainable. And of course, you establish your own leadership in that moment.
Yes. Emotionally, someone who is emotionally aware, it is easy for him or her to make his life in a very balanced mode, because we are sometimes in the hands of our emotions
Hmm.
rather than we are logically aware of that thing. So you are right that someone who is emotionally aware about him or herself, it's a great thing for him or him or her. My next question: many people capable, but they shrink in their presence. Why do even sometimes strong leaders hesitate to be visible?
Because strong leaders are human too.
Yes, it's a great.
Yeah, so they are human as well, and like any other human, they have their own fears. I think it might have happened with you, it happens with me also. Sometimes, there's this fear of being judged, fear of failure, and people like me, we sometimes fear success as well. Yeah, so the key is to, I guess, as I said, strong leaders are human as well, and we all have our own moments. The key is to embrace our vulnerability. There's a strength in it, it's not a weakness. We have been told, since our childhood, stay strong, stay strong. No, you don't have to stay strong all the time. You can share that, hey, what should I do now? Being a leader, also, you can ask that, hey, I am not able to see through this problem. What can I do? Ask your team. Maybe they are there to help you. maybe they have a different solution that can help you, that can support you. So there's a strength in it, in your vulnerability. And we all have our limiting beliefs, we all have our we don't trust ourselves enough. Our old patterns, they come back. We all have our old patterns, we have grown out of them, but we all have this overthinking syndrome
Right.
and self-sabotaging nature sometimes. So many people who might not be as capable, and that is also, I have seen that there are people who are not capable, but they are smart, they are more successful
Right.
because they don't think much, they just do it, and there's a strength in that as well.
Right. It's
And I
100%.
always say that when you're not able to trust yourself, look up to people who trust you, and that is nothing but your team, right?
Yeah.
And they will tell you that, hey, you are not as bad as you think you are, you can still do it.
Right. And in the same situation, we are moving forward when we slip, fall behind, or miss something from our routine. What is
Mhm.
the healthiest way to get back on track? Self
Mhm.
compassion instead of self judgment.
Mhm. Self-compassion is very, very important. We talk about love, we talk about compassion, but we only talk about others, serving others with our compassion, with our love, with our kindness. So how about in those difficult times, talking to yourself that as you're talking to your best friend, or as you're talking to your son, your daughter? Yeah, you will not suggest the same things, or you will not say the same things that you say to yourself, to your best friend, or to your daughter, or to your son.
Right.
Yeah, so how about bringing that kindness to yourself? How about bringing that compassion to yourself? And when you do that, it helps you in eliminating hesitation. It brings more clarity in life, it opens new doors. Uh, you move faster then, so, and you communicate better, you attract aligned people who can be there as a part of your team. It removes confusion. So I always say that self compassion brings clarity, and clarity amplifies the impact.
Right. We are moving to, you can see, the very close to our conversation because we have spent 36 minutes, but still we have a few minutes more. You engaged me in a such a way that time passes without, you can, I could not notice that 36 minutes have passed away. And if someone feels overwhelmed right now, who is, you can say, listening our talk, what is
Mhm.
the first small pause they should take today?
If they are feeling confused, and I would say start with maybe a 60-second intentional pause.
Mhm.
Close your eyes, inhale slowly, and ask yourself what truly matters in this moment. And it is the quickest reset to the chaos inside us. All we need to do is to consciously take that pause, take that moment, and see what can I do in this moment to make the next one better.
Right, wonderful. When life feels noisy, demanding, and uncertain, what reminds you to show up, pause, and lead anyway?
Um, as you rightly said, intentional pauses, I would say allocate them in your calendar. That's the thing. Define your objective around those pauses. Why are you taking that pause? Are you taking that pause to think? Are you taking that pause to connect, to recharge, to socialize, or to dig deeper into your own self? Also, we run after consistency. Don't force consistency. It can lead to burnout, and it does. We all know that. So just practice it. And also know that it's okay to fail. Find ways, maybe define it, what it is for you, that pause, personalize it, do it your way. You don't have to copy anybody else. Sometimes we get influenced by people around us. You don't have to do that. Do not compare. People can be different. Their way of doing things can be different than your way of doing things, and that is okay. Be intentional, be purpose driven, and the most important thing that I cannot say enough is take action. Don't shy away from taking action. And the best thing, the last thing that I would like to say is find yourself an accountability partner. Nothing can be better than that.
Thank you. We are going to wrap it up our conversation.
Sure.
In the beginning, I said some conversations inform us. Some conversations like this transform us. Tonight, we were reminded leadership isn't about grand gestures. It's about quiet consistency. It's about showing up even when no one watching and having the wisdom to pause, to breathe, reflect, and realign. Because in that pause, we gain clarity. And would you like to give some message to your audience? Even the whole talk was a great message for all of us, but if you
Mhm.
like to give a key tip for your audience.
Uh, Something that I tell myself every day, that is what I would like to say, that life is not as bad as we think it is. We are not as bad as we think it is. We are. It's all about just, going back to the theme of your session today is just take a pause, reflect, rely on people that love you, that admire you, that appreciate you. And if nobody to appreciate you, how about appreciating your own self? Because you are the celebrity of your own life. If you won't value yourself, nobody else will. So might as well start treating yourself as that celebrity.
Thank you. It's a great message for all of us. Dear audience, if you like to ask some question, you can say that you can put your question under our videos. We will respond to you accordingly. Thank you staying with us, and good night from here, from Talks That Teach.
Thank you, Naseem, for having me here today.